Old faces in new places, Contract Watches highlight top storylines as NFL camps open. Corrections and clarifications: an earlier version of this story misidentified the Dolphins QB. His name is Josh. The offseason has officially come to an end. Football is back. By the end of the week, all 32 NFL teams will have reported for, and preparations for their regular season openers will commence. Here's a look at some of the top storylines unfolding at training camps across the league. Old faces, new places. The 2019 offseason featured its fair share of comings and goings. Now we get to see Le'Veon Bell's signing represents the highlight of a tumultuous offseason for the Jets, who aimed to upgrade Sam Darnold's supporting cast. He hasn't played. Meanwhile, we'll finally get to see if Bell's former Steelers teammate Antonio Brown can help Derek Carr elevate his game for the Raiders. The last time and speaking of the Ravens, after Baltimore traded him to fully begin the Lamar Jackson era. The last time and while we're talking quarterbacks, great intrigue swirls over that position for the Miami Dolphins. They signed Ryan, and, of course, no star endured a more shocking change of scenery than whom the Giants traded to Cleveland only months after giving him a contract extension and just weeks after officials insisted he remained a part of their plans. OBJ could help. Power rankings. Record projections. 4th and Monday. Contract watches. A number of teams enter training camp with unresolved contract disputes with high-profile players. That could translate the Houston Texans by the franchise tag deadline earlier this month, so that means Clowney and the Texans must wait until after the season to return to the negotiation table. Refusing to show. Meanwhile in Seattle, linebacker Bobby Wagner remains without a long-term deal, but it sounds like he's going to report for training camp with the hope that a deal is reached soon. He's likely eyeing. A couple of wide receivers also remain in search of long-term deals that could pay them more than $18 million per year. Who gets theirs first? Other players expected to hold out for new deals or trades: Washington Redskins left tackle Trent Williams, LA Chargers running back Melvin Gordon, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end Yannick Ngaka, Cleveland Browns running back Duke Johnson. Stay tuned. New kids on the block. The Kyler Murray-Cliff Kingsbury era is underway in Arizona. The Cardinals hope. 5 other teams have first-time head coaches: Green Bay Matt LaFleur, Cincinnati Zach Taylor, Cleveland Freddie Kitchens, Miami Brian Flores and Denver Vic Fangio. But none of those men must deal with loftier expectations than does Kitchens. His play calling, encore performances. Will normalcy remain in New England? We keep on wondering. Meanwhile, we'll also be watching Patrick Mahomes following in only his first season as a starter. Mahomes and the Chiefs injury comebacks. The injury bug is always unkind, but some losses proved more costly than others in 2018, and now as teams return to action this week, they'll welcome back legitimate difference makers with the hope that they can lead them on playoff runs. The San Francisco 49ers expect to have quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo back, and that could cause problems for NFC West counterparts Los Angeles, Seattle, and Arizona. The losses of Andy Dalton and A.J. Green down the stretch, and don't forget Cam Newton. He did his best. Follow USA Today Sports Mike Jones on Twitter. If you love talking football, we have the perfect spot for you. Join our Facebook. This article originally appeared on USA Today.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,